Hello, hello, hello everyone. How are we this morning? Can you guys just let me know in chat if you can hear me okay? And if my voice is coming through loud and clear, and if the music needs to be turned down. I haven't changed the settings from last time, but I'm no music at all. That's not... You can't hear it at all? Well, the song's just changed over now, but hopefully there should be some music. I made sure there was some this time. More chill stuff. Maybe it's just too low. You can hear me? Well, that's good. Okay. No music still? OBS says that there should be some at least. Alright. There we go. Okay, it just need to be turned up. Absolutely wonderful. Sweetness. Well, thank you for letting me know we are live. I shall now get off my standby screen and into the intro. We are doing some, hello Maury, how are you today? Hello guys. Look at what we've got today. We've got some art going on. It is a long time coming. Let me tell you, there has been a history with this piece of art. I am not kidding at all. I've lost this piece of art twice. Once because of my own stupidity, and the other two, you know, just general stupidness. So this is for Scalda. He's been amazingly patient. I've got some of this artwork kind of hanging around, like I've done some line work, and yeah, we're basically gonna do it for the third time. So this here is Scalda's commission that he's asked for. He's asked for his Minecraft skin and some awesome stuff going on. So this is what we're going to be working on today. But oh, it's been a bit insane. Like, I've completed this artwork twice now, and each time I've been, you know, happy with where it is, but it's a really difficult kind of artwork to do, and oh, I'm just so downhearted. So I'm hoping that we can get it done. We can get it done today. So hello and thank you to everyone who has kind of come into the stream this early Saturday morning to watch and join us. I do appreciate it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Maury. I like how it's my fault that your editing software crashed, but hey, I would blame me too. It's a bit like that in all honesty. So we're gonna I'm gonna sit back here and I'm gonna just do some artwork. So how is everybody today? Share your file loss horror stories with me today, like when you've had, like, you know, one of these kinds of weeks. Hello Jem, how you doing? Hello SK. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for joining the stream, as even though you're really super tired from work, I do appreciate it. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a mix of tracks today for the music, which is great. And it's some of the chill stream tracks from last week mixed with some 80s synth. So I thought we'd have another chill one, hopefully to encourage this file to stick around. Oh no guys, bad morning, that's not alright. Okay, I honestly think I need to do a bit of warm up, to be honest. Like, let me just... I haven't kind of warmed up my wrist yet, so I'm just kind of... This is another thing that I encourage if you're trying to get into art. You do repetitions to try and get your wrist in. So circle, 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 circle. Just do a couple like this, and different lines of pulling your lines and hatching and stuff, and curves like this, just to get your wrist warmed up. Oh no! It didn't post to Australia. That's always the way. Isn't it, Bendo? It's always the way. Nothing ships here unless it's from here, and then sometimes it's like way more expensive than getting it done from overseas. So that can be a total pain. Total pain. Alright, it's been so long since I've done some artwork, I need to kind of remember what all my shortcuts are. And now you guys will see just how many times I redraw my lines in a speed art, and how long it actually takes me to actually draw this stuff. And why I rotate my canvas so much, so I can get it kind of where it needs to be. Let's do some erasing. An overlay showing the wrist work, and yes, muscle memory is totally a thing. And I haven't been able to do much art, like actual art. I've been doing a lot of designing recently, but not a lot of artwork, so I'm kind of a little bit out of my element in terms of you know, being limber, being in practice, because being limber and in practice is like half the battle when you're doing artwork. And that's the reason why people are just like, oh, draw every day. And it's not because, like, of course you get better with all the practice you do, but it's also about, you know, being comfortable with what you're currently using, how you're currently using it. And that's just a thing that I find, is if I've been drawing quite a bit, it's a lot easier to get into drawing. Oh, you've missed the art streams. Oh, I'm glad you've missed the art streams. I normally find that I just ramble a lot during art streams, and I feel they go really slow, and that you guys, like, they're just a little bit boring to watch sometimes. But I keep forgetting that not everyone is just, you know, me. And I feel the need to entertain, even though you guys are kind of perfectly happy to hang out and chat and stuff like that. And I kind of forget that a lot. That, you know, I watch people do art, so why shouldn't other people watch other people do art? You know what I mean? It's really weird. And yes, I do ramble. I like ramble a whole butt ton. And I feel like I probably shouldn't ramble as much as I do. So I find Scalda's character really interesting. It's like one of my first non-human characters that I get to draw, because he's like made of lava and stuff. And so I've been really excited to do this over and over again. And it's just really funny that I've ended up doing this artwork quite a number of times, and I find it really challenging to kind of get in there and get it done. And because for this, there's only certain things that I want to line art, and you guys know me, like I love my line art, and I love to line everything in black, but like, to be honest, Scalda's character doesn't lend itself to being line arted the way that I normally would, because of being made of, you know, fire and stuff. Lava and liquid hot magma. So it's been pretty tough, and honestly, every time I draw, both times that I've done this, I've done it a different way, and they looked okay, but hopefully I can really kind of nail it down and finally get this poor man his artwork. Because, oh, just so much going on, so much has happened. Alright, so, well, I think we'll shade in those details manually, and we'll kind of get the background detail in, because as I said, the rest of this under here, if we look at the references that I've got for Scalda up the top here, this is kind of what he looks like. Is this lava dude with like this chest plate that shows and glows through and stuff. So I reckon it's really really fun. And I've also got some like little fire kind of references up here for the colors that I really liked and wanted to kind of use. So references are good, kids. They really are. And then I've got like a color palette sitting up here that I've taken for him. So these are all the colors that we're going to use when we finally start coloring. But other than that, I'm going to leave these reference pictures up, and I'm going to try and make something cohesive out of this. Alright, so let's get this layer up here. Let's merge it and start a new one. So this is armor. Okay, and this here will be the VG. Okay, the background. So yeah, seriously, like this has been one of my most failed projects to date, and I love the project, but oh my god, I'm hoping that this time it turns out, you know what I'm saying? So let's kill this sketch down to about 50% so I can see what I'm doing in the background. But do you guys have anything that's kind of like this, like that you ever have a project that just it took you forever to complete, you know, just because for some reason it just wouldn't come together the way that you wanted it to? Because if so, tell me. I want people to share in my pain. Misery loves company, guys, okay? Misery loves company. So I like doing gems and stuff with intersecting lines and then taking them away. Also, just because it gives you some really kind of interesting facets and imperfections, which I think are pretty cool. Painting the house. Oh no, what happened with you painting the house? Did that just never happen? Alright, let's take some of these crystals back. Bam bam. I'm wondering if I shouldn't make them a bit thinner in line, but we can always do something with it later. We'll do something with it later. I'm gonna add a couple of a thin kind of facet in here. And then down here we'll add two like this. That looks pretty cool. Always something else you want to do. Yeah, that whole procrastination thing is totally like a bad jam when you get into like a rut of constantly putting just like the one thing off. Like Captain Procrastination is like, I am the procrastinator. I will get to it eventually. The worst superhero ever. The procrastinator. I don't know. Has anyone else ever did anyone else see that show as a kid? With the superhero, the procrastinator. I think it was like Amanda Bynes. It was like a Nickelodeon thing. Or something like that. Back the music off a bit. Cool. I just asked because people couldn't hear it before. That's all. How about that? Are we sitting on a better... Are we sitting well now? With music? Too much? Okay. What about there? Getting audio fine-tuned is really hard because every different track that you use has a different level. Did my pen just... Oh, that's great. I think my pen just completely lost charge. Guys. Oh. Guys. Oh. Guys. My pen just lost charge. It was on charge all night and it's dead. My pen's dead. That's great. I'm gonna have to pull out the old Wacom. I do have a second pen. It's just elsewhere. Give me 3 seconds. I'll put up the technical difficulties screen. Give me 3 seconds, guys, and I will grab the old Wacom Intuos manga out. Oh my lord. Okay. Oh, everything is just coming up daisies. Alright, this is me rummaging in my cupboard, in my tech cupboard. I hope you guys don't mind. Alright. Can you hear the tech cupboard rummaging? Alright, let's see. We gotta plug this thing in. Alright. Hopefully it still works. Okay. Okay. So, old tech, but hopefully good tech. Now we need an extra space to draw. And I just lost the video feed to my monitor. That's lovely. Okay. Oh, Bendo, I'm gonna read your story the minute I find out that this pen is working. And I'm hoping it is. I actually think I need to reinstall Wacom drivers. Oh, guys. Guys. Oh, guys. Really? Today is not a good day. Hey, Scalda. Funny thing you should mention that. Everything's gone wrong. Everything has gone wrong. Again. Oh, guys. I can't even begin to express. Hey, so my pen's run out of battery. This is the brilliant thing. My pen's run out of battery, and I need to reinstall my old Wacom drivers, which is nice. But I'm just kind of like, nothing wants me to complete this artwork. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everything wants me to just not. Oh, okay. Alright. Let's have a look. Let's grab these drivers. So, how's everyone else's day? I hope everyone else's day is going good. Tablet drivers. Oh my god, guys. I'm just kind of sitting here like, yep, sure. Okay, let's download this driver. Oh, and Bender, oh my god, that is a tale of horrible woe. A tale of woe. Drivers are installing, guys! Yay! Drivers are installing. Okay. What's Rust like? My roommates are into all those survival games, and I'm totally not. So I don't often, you know, understand or know about them. I did, however, buy what was it, that Skytropolis game? Whatever it is, the one where you basically build a Judge Dredd mega city or something like that. I'm really looking forward to that, but I don't know if I should put it on the channel or not, just because it's not Minecraft, if you know what I mean. Hopefully this works without a restart. But without pressure sensitivity? There is no pressure sensitivity. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh no, Bendo. I hope it gets better. Alright, I'm going to put on the standby screen, and I'm gonna see if I can restart this program, saving what I've done, of course. And then we'll see if we can get some pressure sensitivity out of the old Wacom. Out of the old Wacom. So, technical difficulties are abound. And I hope I don't have to restart my PC, because that would be tragic. Because, oh, this is just one of those things. I think I'm cursed. I think I'm cursed, particularly for this project. And you guys have all stayed up or got up or decided to join in this this stream, and I'm just sitting here going, yep, okay. So I'm hoping that oh no, I don't have any kind of pressure sensitivity. Okay, this isn't fun. This is no longer fun, guys. Okay. Oh, very cool, Maury. That sounds awesome. Like, that actually does sound pretty fun. Okay, this is gonna require a restart, guys. So give me a vote if you want me to restart the PC and kind of get this going. I'll see if I can find the charger for this pen, because honestly, what even is my life? Let's have a look-see. I'm now sitting here troubleshooting because what is life? Let's see if I can draw with a giant charger attached. I probably should have tried this first, guys. Does it work? Does it work? It does work. Okay. Alright, we're back in business. We are back in business. Okay. Back in business. So happy. Right. Whatever makes B feel better. Well, I have plugged this pen in awkwardly. The Wacom drivers didn't work, but now my calibration is slightly off. But that's okay. That's kind of to be expected. So, you know, don't hate the player, hate the game kind of thing. But for me, it's just like, yeah, okay. Let's kind of do a calibration on my main screen, and then I should be able to get this sorted out, which I'm happy about. Do what I need to do. Do what I need to do to get it done. Let me run a calibration then, and it should be alright. Because there's a pressure sensitivity adjustment. There we go. Apply. Okay, we're back in business. I'm so happy. Awesome. So, oh yeah, so you're not really a fan of Rust either, Scalda. I find survival games really interesting. Like, I'm not good at survival Minecraft. We can all attest that I am just bad at survival Minecraft. It's not something that Boxle is good at. Like, I can build stuff, which is nice, but it's like I am so awful at it. I often feel the need to just constantly apologize for my existing on a survival server. Because, like, you want to know my deepest, darkest Minecraft secret, guys? My deepest, darkest Minecraft secret is that I've, like, never finished the game. I've never even killed the Wither. Oh, well, I think I've killed it once, but that was when someone already had, like, a Wither killer set up. Like, I've never killed it, like, on my own before. So, it's, yeah, survival games. not my strongest suit in the world, ever. boring and very long-winded. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ooh. That might not be great. I found 7 Days to Die pretty difficult to deal with as well. My roommates really like playing it, but I don't. Like, I don't know. I find it a little bit. I'd rather play something else. I don't know why. I just always would. I think, like, but then again, I can sit there and play something as stupid as, like, you know, I can play like Gemcraft for hours on end. Because that's just the natural puzzly person in me. Like, or I could sit there and I could play Mahjong forever. So I'm like weird in that sense. I do like sim games though. Like, I'm really big into sim games, so I like SimCity and stuff. I don't like The Sims. I mostly like, you know, things that let me build cities, or like, you know, Roller Coaster Tycoon or Lemonade Tycoon, or, you know, something like that. Just, I don't know why, I just do. Oh yeah? What happened? I saw everyone, I saw you, like, you tweeted that you had to restart a bunch of times and stuff. What happened? Tell me. I want to know. This is, like, my art streams are when I just kind of sit here and you guys chat to me, and I just kind of sit and go, cool, I'm having a good time hearing everyone else talk to me for once, instead of me rambling about what I'm actually going on about and doing and stuff. So, let's merge these layers. Crystals. Oh, this cord is so awkward. I don't know how I want to do this. I'll show you this one on the end. Oh wow! Ouch! That's not cool. That's like the worst. Man, I have a real problem with, like, hard mode anything, but just, like, hardcore is even worse. But yeah, I'm totally not very good at that kind of thing. That's why I have other people to help me, especially with the up and coming Patreon server. I desperately need help in terms of that stuff. So I'm glad some people have come and stepped up and helped me out with it. I think I might draw this facet down here and kind of have something like this going on. Just take away some of this excess stuff at the end. Yeah? Wow. Is it like a new pack? Like, did you make a new pack, or is it a pre-existing one, or I am behind the times. Boxle should never be expected to be up with the cool kids. That is not what I am. I am not a cool kid. Not a cool kid in the slightest. I will definitely need to check out the stream too, just so that I can understand this uber hard mod pack that I will probably never ever play. If only because it's uber hard, and it won't be like, I wouldn't last 3 seconds in it. Okay, so we've got a crystal formation going. We're gonna get the rest of this kind of background mapped out, I think. Kind of just with these kind of rocks that are going on in the background, and I'm making the lines thinner the kind of the further away they get, and the closer something is, the thicker they kind of get. So I always find, like, the key to rocks is just to give them a bit of a a 3D surface somehow, and they usually look okay. So it's a very not exact anything when it comes to my drawing technique. I'm like, a rock, it just needs some 3D bits and you'll be fine. How do you draw said 3D bits? I don't know, make some lines until it looks like a rock. Make some 3D lines, make a lump, and then add lines to the surface till it looks like a rock. Sounds good. Yes, let's do that. Okay. Now I know there's meant to be some magma splashing around, but we've got to put the base rock and stuff in before we move on to adding all of the Scalda details. So let's get some more rocks in. Rocks, friends. Okay, let's put another one in here. That one actually shouldn't be so thick. It's further in the background. Okay. There's that little tail bit there. I'm super technical. Like, I can give people practical drawing advice in terms of, you know, like, a lot of time it's the way you look at something rather than having, like, you know, like, I can give decent, like, how to get better quick kind of advice on drawing, but if you ask me how to describe how to actually draw something, it doesn't work very well, because I'm like, well, a rock is just kind of like a lump like this. Draw a lump like this and then add some lines, and those, you know, it'll kind of look more like a rock, you know, afterwards. Unless I sit down and I really think about how to explain it to someone, I'm not very good at explaining it to people. They kind of look like tortoise shells and stuff, you know, just I kind of add detail as I go, and I'm not a very arty person, but even as a technically minded person, it's very hard once you've figured out how in your mind to draw a rock to tell someone else how they should go about drawing a rock, because more oftentimes it's someone else will have a different way of drawing a rock than you. So, like, it's harder to tell someone how to draw like a body than it is to try and tell someone how to draw like a rock or whatever, because, you know, again, that's even more subjective, and why a lot of artists have problems trying to explain stuff to people. Okay, so now what we've got to do is add another rock. Add some more rocks. So exciting. So, thank you all for patiently kind of putting up with me while I draw rocks and do the line art for this artwork, and then I'll probably get around to colouring it soon. But I mean, it's already been half an hour, so thank you guys for sticking around. Those of you who have. I know that these art streams aren't exactly my most exciting content, but some of you guys have really been missing them, so I thought we'd get some stuff done today. Okay, undo. So there's a nice big rock over here. You know what the funny thing is that normally foreground elements are great at hiding bits you don't want to draw, but Scalda's character doesn't have feet, so it's more just having dynamic elements in the foreground to kind of make the composition look interesting, as opposed to going, I don't feel like drawing that dude's feet. Like, you can, there are lazy artist moments that we all kind of have where it's just like, I don't want to draw feet today. Let's put a rock there so we don't have to draw feet. But for the most part, like, he doesn't have feet. They're just melty piles of magma and goo. And it's not like this rock needs to be here, but I just thought it was great having him standing on a big rock holding like a flag or something. So let's line this up. and we'll actually make this a bottom part of this boulder. Okay, so we'll craggy this boulder up a little bit, and then there we go, have some cracks going along here. Put another boulder in this section. In this section, I've turned into some weird Australian Sean Connery hybrid. It's concerning. Someone call an ambulance. Someone call an ambulance. I am having a stroke of some kind, I think. I don't think anyone else has heard of that joke. Alright, let's get some nice freeform rocky shapes going. Rocks. And don't ask me why I put these kind of like little dashy things in it. I just do. To me, they just make it a little bit more stylized and a little bit more fun. So you know where your rock kind of is cracking and stuff. So I'm gonna color this little bit in, like so. Okay, so we've got some other cracking here, because no boulder's really ever gonna be perfect. Okay, so let's zoom out and see where we are at. We're getting there. We're drawing a background. It's a thing. And I'm like really weirdly rambly again, and I don't really have much to talk about in terms of like other than, you know, oh my god, stuff is happening. So I hope you guys don't mind. Though I have been watching Stranger Things Season 2. Has anyone else been watching Stranger Things Season 2? Oh my god, just what? I love that show so much. But I think it's mostly due to my 1980s nostalgia-ness that, oh well, and everything else that makes it so awesome, but mainly that whole 1980s nostalgia-ness. It is, it's taking shape, it's getting there. we are getting there, which is great. Right, okay, we're getting there. In these corners, now line weight's huge for me. I really love line weight. It makes me so happy. My rock is amazing, Maury. Look at my rock. My rock is amazing. I don't recommend licking it. I'm not sure if it tastes like raisins. That is at your own risk. Just so you're aware, I take no responsibility for any rock licking of any kind. Just you know, so we're good on that. Okay, so we're gonna add some shadow in here. I love jet black shadow, and especially because I'm planning some really dramatic lighting for this kind of scenario. I think we need to vary the rock bit. And give it some shadow as well. There's gonna be some really inky kind of shadow dynamics coming out later in the piece. Piece. Look at me, I sound like an actual artist. I'm totally not. There's gonna it's taking shape. Context. Yes. Oh my god. I like, honestly, Stranger Things is amazing though. I'm midway through the Netflix binge on it, so I'm like at episode something. Like I was up until like 3 o'clock in the morning watching it because I had one of those like insomnia nights where I can't sleep even though I know I need to be up to do stuff the next day. Like, does anyone else get those where, you know, you've got to do stuff? Like, today's a huge day. I've got a bunch of orders that I need to fill and a product line to launch and a few other things going on. And I also have to travel about an hour away from my house after this stream, you know, to deliver some photos that I took of a formal. So the Australians in the audience will know that the formal is basically just a prom. For the Americans, it's a prom. It's a prom. I took a bunch of prom photos because I was doing photography for someone, and I need to go like an hour away and deliver them. So, but yeah, I was totally binging it. Hey Crafty, how are you? Thank you for joining the stream where we're working on Scalda's commission for a third time. So at the very least, I know exactly kind of where we're going with some of it, I guess. But no artwork I ever do ever turns out the same twice. So I'm kind of woe is me, the loss. Still, it's a very hard loss of the other ones that we've done. So, but yes, Stranger Things is definitely Oh, hi Oggy, nice to see you. Hello, Money, hello. Oh my god, everybody's here. Hello. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for chatting. It makes art streams happen because I fail at, you know, being entertaining without people talking to me. So oops, I'm gonna undo. Thank you all for joining me this fine Saturday morning. Or indeed Friday night, I think it is for a lot of people. Friday night, because I know a lot of people overseas, it's still Friday for them because it's so early over here. Okay, so rocks, yay rocks. We're gonna have this big lava kind of foot thing going on over here, so I think it's safe to kind of make some cracks and whatnot somewhere over here. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the new Blade Runner. I'm dying to see the new Blade Runner. Have you seen it, Maury? Can you vouch for it? Can you vouch for the fact that I need to see it? I'm dying to see it. I honestly am. The sci-fi nerd in me, like, hates the fact that I haven't seen Blade Runner yet. I'm just like, no, Blade Runner. I want to see it. I only, like, Thor Ragnarok's on its last legs over here in terms of being at the cinema, and I only just got to see that. Like, it was disappearing completely from cinemas, and like I only just managed to see that, like, in the theater, which is sad considering how much of a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan I am, well, just in general a Marvel fan. So, you know, it's kind of tragic. To be honest, the state of my nerd affairs right now is utterly tragic, because sadly enough, RL is just getting in the way of most things. I'm just like, no guys, no. My nerd cred is just gonna go out the window with how little I've actually managed to see. Like, I haven't even seen Wonder Woman, and apparently that was actually good. Oh wow, nice. Oh, Oggy, yeah, I know. I will definitely say that it was not what I expected, but it was amazing nonetheless. I loved it. And that's saying something. Like, I'm like, yes, that is a thing. I'm very, very happy with that movie. Like, I didn't even get to see Wonder Woman, and apparently that was actually decent, because I think DC has Whedon on board now. So maybe their movies won't be all grimdark, and for God's sake, someone's actually going to tell a joke for once. I get that grimdark movies are meant to be, you know, grimdark, but if there's no ebb and flow in a story, you can't appreciate the darkness that actually is there. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, does that seem insane to you, or does it actually seem valid? I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. That's just me, maybe, I think. In terms of, like, I like ebb and flow to my movies. I don't think it has to be a chuckle fest. You know what I'm saying? I just think, you know, a movie should have light and a movie should have dark, even if the overall tone of the movie is dark. Like, there are some movies that you just need to put on your big boy or big girl panties to watch, you know, because they're saying something important, but it's a superhero movie. You know, you can have a joke. But yeah, oh, cool, Maury. I'm definitely going to try and find time to see Blade Runner, or at the very least rent it on DVD when it comes out. And yeah, Oggy, trust me, I know the feels, man. I know the feels. Oh, cool. Hey, Ray, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. And yes, we were talking about Wonder Woman. Apparently Justice League is also very well, like, has been very well received, the new one, because Whedon is totally on board, and I'm happy about that. Sad to see him, like, kind of go from the Marvel universe, but at least DC is getting a little bit of extra, you know, nudging in the nice direction. I'm mostly really excited for Aquaman next year, but that's just me. I'm an Aquaman person. He's like Thor of the sea in the most amazing way. So I'm biased, and I fully admit that I am biased. So, like, I admit that I'm totally biased about that kind of stuff. About, you know, Aquaman and DC and stuff, but Jason Momoa was a really great cast for Aquaman, just because he's hilarious, and I hope they actually let him, you know, off the chain doing what he's doing, instead of making him grimdark Aquaman, because grimdark Aquaman is no fun for anyone. Yeah, oh, that's gonna be really interesting cinematography wise. I get what you're saying, Oggy. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, to how they've made it work, to, you know, the interaction between him and Batfleck. That's gonna be interesting. And while I do lean more heavily towards being in the Marvel fandom, it's not that I don't like DC, because I love DC. It's just that their cinematic universe leaves a little to be desired, or has left a little to be desired, in like their movie sense. Like, I'm all about their animated stuff, but because they've actually started bringing in their animation team to work on the actual movies, it's been like, apparently all the ones that they've brought in, those guys on, have been a lot more well received than those that weren't. So I'm hopeful that we get the DC cinematic universe we've all been waiting for, and we all deserve. because I love it, and I'm like, Aquaman is like my jam, man. Like, totally my actual jam. What? Yes, they do. And that's the thing is that Marvel are kind of owning the cinematic genre in terms of setting, like, saying, well, this is how it's done. And it's true, they have really set the bar super high for that kind of thing. And I think that DC pulling in Whedon was a really good idea. Ray, I'm using Clip Studio Paint, which was formerly Mungus Studio, I believe. So that's the program I'm using now. I do love DC. I love Batman. I love Aquaman. Aquaman is like my all-time favorite DC character, but that's just because I'm stupid and I love Aquaman. I always felt everyone was like, oh, he speaks to fish, you know, and I always wanted to kind of slap them in the face and be like, he doesn't just speak to fish, he owns, man. Like, it's terrifying and stuff like that. But, you know, I love a lot of the Marvel characters as well, so I'm just kind of like a comic opportunist. Whatever's good, I enjoy. If you know what I mean, like, I'm one of those people that's not really tied down to liking one over the other most of the time, but I just don't like the DC cinematic universe as much, and I'm hopeful that it'll get better. Oh yeah, I know, totally. And I'm not going to take offense to it, Ray. Like, most people don't like Aquaman or don't appreciate Aquaman, and I get it. Like, I get it. A lot of people just think he's dumb, Oggy. And it's true. Like, most people think you're pretty stupid for liking Aquaman, but I think that the movie is gonna turn a lot of heads. Like, I really do think the movie is gonna turn a lot of heads in terms of how people perceive him, because I think Jason Momoa is actually gonna do him a lot of justice. If pardon my pun. It was unintentional. But I think it'll kind of make him not the lame superhero everyone thought he was. One of my favorite incarnations was actually yay, Yogi! I think our, like, the community here is really into books and really into comics and stuff. Yeah. Well, Ray, actually, there's the animated series, I think, what is it? Was it Batman Brave and the Bold? Or there's a series where he's like an animated series where Aquaman's constantly in it, and he's basically Thor of the sea and spends most of his time trolling the living hell out of Batman, and it's amazing. Like, that's like one of my favorite incarnations of animated Aquaman ever. He's just great. It's literally amazing. So, if you haven't seen that incarnation of Aquaman, I suggest you find that particular Batman series and have a little bit of a watch. Because in terms of personality, it was my favorite incarnation of Aquaman, just because he annoyed Batman to no end. And it was amazing. It was literally amazing. The troll was real and super awesome. It was like one of my favorite incarnations. But I'm definitely looking forward to the movie. And seeing how the Justice League movie pans out, actually, as I said. So, yeah. Aquaman trolling Batman, probably the best thing that I can ever think of in the world to indulge in at any point in time. I don't even know what I'm doing with this part back here. I actually probably should leave it till after I draw in the leg. So we've got most of our background kind of sorted out, except for this flag, this torn flag up the top. So as you can see, we're starting to get things going. And I'm going to save this. I'm saving this, oh my god. Because, like, I always, like, this was how I lost one of the incarnations. Like, well, no, it wasn't, actually. I mean, I had 2 iterations of it open, and I saved the one I wanted, and then I closed the program, and it brought up a dialogue, but I was in the middle of typing something. So I lost it and saved over it, and it was tragic. Okay, thank you, Ray. Thank you for joining in. I'm glad that you stopped by. It was great to talk nerdy stuff with you again. Feel free to jump in Discord and talk nerdy stuff with everyone else, because there's a books and media channel now for talking nerd, which is great. So yes, I'm totally looking forward to those movies, and Blade Runner, of course, because Blade Runner is just like one of my classic movies of all time ever, and we all know that I'm totally into the cyberpunk genre. Okay, let's erase this and try and get this kind of to where we want it to be. Okay, let's rotate it a bit. So, we want kind of this whole thing to do what we want it to do, which is be this kind of spear shape. It's like a spear-headed flag that we fly in the dawn of creation, so the fire of creation, really. It's just like, yes, I lay claim to this place. Ta-da! And we'll just kind of have this flag kind of going over it like this, coming out and being torn and on fire in kind of like an ember, like a patch of embers or something like that, because why not? This is fun times. I had so much fun actually designing this, if I'm honest, just because it's just uber fun. That's all it is. It's just fun. It's just like, yeah, torn flag and some cool stuff, and we're gonna do all that kind of stuff. Some dynamic stuff. Hey, Baker! Thank you for showing up. It's always super late for you, and you always make an effort to turn up, and I always appreciate it. So thank you so much. We're doing art today. We're doing some stuff for Scalda. Oh well, the one thing that I was meant to do for Scalda. I had one job, and it's been very difficult completing said one job. But hopefully today we can complete the mission. We have the technology, and you know, all that other kind of rigmarole. Alright. So, this flag's coming together actually. Let's rotate it round so I can have a look at it. Bam! Look at that. Awesome. Okay. And I'm sorry if you guys find it really weird that I draw upside down a lot. It's just that this screen that I'm actually drawing on is sitting up, and I can't turn it around. So normally when I draw, you know, you kind of rotate the paper, and if you can't rotate the paper, you use the little rotate canvas tool type thing, so that you can pull your lines so your lines are smoother. It's totally about you know, smooth lines and all that kind of jazz. I don't like this one in here, it's a bit too thick, so let's kind of get this more jagged thing going on. Oops, I need my eraser. Same with this one in here. The curve is good, but other than that, I'm not the biggest fan. Okay. Right. Let's add a couple of different like janky bits to it. Janky bits to the flag. And the reason why we want to add the janky bits is just because, you know, it's mostly on fire. I had an alarm set. Oh no. You put in so much effort to come to the streams. I'm just grateful whenever you turn up. Like, I'm just like, oh, thank you. It's definitely awesome when like I'm not sitting here doing stuff alone. Because otherwise I'd just kind of be sitting here in my chair, not doing, like, not talking much to anyone. Okay, guys, what do we think? Let's kind of get this here. Now, this part in this collar is gonna go once I start putting color down. But I think this is most of the things, other than this handle up here, that need to be put in lines, and the rest will start being color. So exciting! You know, it took us an hour to finish these lines up. But color always, for me, I always find color tends to go quicker than line work, because you're not really detailing or figuring anything out or seeing what looks good. You've already drawn it. So, that's kind of the thing. Just actually, I should probably take the line all the way through. straight lines, guys. Straight lines, they're never fun. Can I boldly change this or something? I probably can, but I just can't be able to find out. Hello, Declan. Good morning. Thank you for joining the stream. How are you? I am doing Arty streams today. Bam. Okay, let's zoom out and make this easier on myself. Alright, I'm gonna make a new layer to do this on, because then I don't have to be so careful. There we go. And now, because I didn't need to be all that careful, I can go back in and do stuff. Shopping for a party? What kind of party? Is it a D&D party? Because, you know, those are the best kinds of parties. I love me some D&D party. Alright, I was wondering if I should put something on the end of here, but I just thought, you know, kind of a simple end, because we've got like a spike on the top kind of deal, you know, going on. I didn't really want to do too much in terms of that kind of stuff. I just kind of want to make this look a little bit janky on the end. Janky, it's like my new favourite word. Janky! Alright. We can get rid of this part here. Merge layers! Merge layers! Been a busy week. Thank you, Baker. Don't worry, it seems that everyone's had a bit of a week this week. Anyone I've talked to has had a bit of a week. So, this is what we've got going. We've got all this kind of Uber stuff in the background happening. If we take away the sketch, this is what we have. It doesn't look quite as well, I don't know what we thought it would look like. So, let's get some colors. Let's get some colors going. So, where's my dropper? Now, we'll start with this main base color. Okay. We just got to put down some big general patches of where kind of this is going. So I'm gonna actually do some painting, which is really odd for me. Like, I don't tend to paint a lot, but this is kind of the point we're at the moment. So like under here kind of all glows, and we've got a fist up here, which is kind of well, I need both the fists to be kind of down here and doing stuff and whatever, but it's not gonna have lines going in it, and that's not usually a thing I do. So we're actually going to paint in, oops, wrong kind of pen. We're going to paint in where these details go, kind of like this, so that we know. And we'll take away where there isn't meant to be, as much as like it's not really a skin color, but it's you know, it's his base color. So this is like the base we're starting with in terms of his magma self. So this is kind of the shape we're going for, and then he's got his helmet, and then his white hot eyes, which will add some depth to later, but we're just laying down the base flat color now so that we know where his body actually is kind of meant to be. because I'm finding that, you know, for the most part, you can't quite tell where it's meant to be unless we kind of go in and do a bit of refining, take out where it's not meant to be, and then add flames in. Yes, there are people, and I'm happy. Everyone who's lurking, chat is very nice. You don't need to be shy, I promise. They're all lovely, lovely people. So here we go. All right, so this is kind of the basic. Oops, we want the eraser. So this is kind of the basic thing that we're doing. Just getting rid of the bits that aren't meant to be body color, and then we're going to go in and we're going to add layers of detail, and hopefully this can make things go now. Okay, so let's put this under the sketch so we can see the details that we've kind of got going. Hello everybody. Hey Scalda, you're still here, you're still sitting through my rambling. I hope you're not gonna hate it by the end of it. Did you know how nerve-wracking it actually is, like, having the person that you're doing artwork for watch you do artwork? It's like I'm there going, this is the scary meta. So let's get some fist definition in here. Okay, so alright, got some fist definition. Let's get some arm. I kind of like this blob effect that we've got going in terms of this top, like the top of his fist, and this kind of glowy effect. Like, I want to refine the arm down in here, but I like that this kind of leads into his fist. So we're gonna yes, yes, instant feedback is always helpful. It's terrifying, but it's helpful. Yeah, so like we're just gonna add what we need to add kind of up in here, and then we're going to continue to just like paint in extra details. See down here, I've kind of got this line wrong, so we'll neaten that up in there and give it an edge. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad, because I'm terrified. So we're going to take some of this armor out here, because like normally I outline everything in black. So painting something that's like digitally painting something is really new for me. But honestly, I think that it just suits like, I don't know, your style of dude, if you know what I mean. Like, I just kind of really feel like it can be better, it'll be a better artwork if it's kind of done this way. So I'm outside of my comfort zone, but I do think that it's a good thing to be outside of your comfort zone, especially because you usually end up surprising yourself and others when that happens. So yeah. So I'm just kind of getting over the fear and the doubt, which are things that everyone has, I suppose. You know, about kind of when you try new stuff. So we're gonna refine all of this in here and add some more rock detail and whatnot, but that is for laters. We're just gesturing, I suppose, would be the best word, in the kind of where we're where we're heading. And you know what the worst part about this is? I talk with my hands, and I never face cam, but I talk so animatedly with my hands that it's almost a shame that I just don't show my face or the way that I speak to anyone, because I literally just mostly make horrible weird faces at the computer, and yeah, that happens. So I'm going to take maybe this kind of mid-orange color back here, and we're going to add another layer to the back of these fires. So, and then just kind of paint it in. Bonk. Something cool. I don't know. We're making fire here, and I always like fire that seems to have like a character. You know, like a lot of people just draw the flames kind of straight up, but I really like plasma fire, kind of. You know, the like blobby fire, which is obviously what I'm drawing. You know, blobby fire is probably not the accurate word, but you know, like a flame that looks like plasma always is kind of like what I find super fascinating. In terms of like fire is like the coolest kind of plasma, and you can do a whole lot kind of with it. So I also like negative space, like using negative space in fire. I don't know, it just adds something, I suppose. I've never been good at drawing real fire, and maybe that's the reason why. I'm kind of in this mindset of like plasma fire is really cool, because I don't do normal fire. So I'm just gonna kind of add what I feel like to the fire, or whatever. I don't know. I kind of like blobby fire. It makes me happy. It may not be the most realistic, but then again, look at the way that I draw. It's not exactly realistic. And I know, like, a lot of people will hide behind bad anatomy, like, as in saying it's a stylistic choice. I don't think bad anatomy is a stylistic choice. I think that things will always have a proportion no matter what you do. Whether or not that's conscious or just a lack of experience, or, you know, whatever, kind of showing through there. I just, yeah, I don't know. I like blobby fire. It's pretty cool. That's me doing my brush size, not... Oops. Still pen. So. Oh, thank you, Baker. I hope that you go and sleep. Like, you need to sleep, man. That's a thing that you don't do enough of, but then again, you know, I'm pot calling the kettle black at this point, because, yeah, I don't sleep either. Point in case, I've had 2 hours sleep, before this stream, so I can't talk. I hope you do get some sleep though, man. I will have a good Saturday, or I will try to at the very least. Have a good Saturday. I think I might take this away. Take this part away. I do kind of like this shape better. This swirly kind of brick. This kind of shape that I had originally kind of going. Let's brush smaller. I don't know. This part to be blobby. Not really. Not really. I don't think so. Let's erase a couple of dots in here. So, I really don't like this top part, hey. I don't like it at all. It needs to go away. Okay. I'm just getting irritated with that. Maybe we just need to add a, I don't know, some kind of... Yeah, I think I kind of like that a bit better. Let's cut into it a bit. And kind of have the flames whipping around. Kind of, I don't know. This kind of cool idea that there's some kind of swirling, tumultuous plasma flame going on in the background. Well, that's the reason why, like, I mean, you know, I don't, he's not like a flame elemental. He kind of looks like he's made of lava or something like that. So I just kind of wanted to reflect that a bit, I suppose, in the way that he's kind of portrayed. Okay, so he's got kind of like these white hot glowing eyes, and this chest piece I have completely and utterly forgotten to colour in. So let's put this chest piece in here. He glows from here, so we'll need to add some really cool... I can't wait to actually get to the lighting effects of this piece. Oh, because that's gonna be some badass shit, you know what I mean? I mean, well, excuse my language because I don't often swear on stream, but it's gonna look awesome. Like, you know, it's gonna be pretty wicked. So I'm excited to do that part. So we should probably actually colour in his eyes so that we can give them a bit of character with the white bits in here. Did I just put that there? Is that there? No, that's actually on the armor. No, it's not even on the armor. Where is it? Let's try and find the place where I put a dot. It's the background. I was like, that dot's not meant to be there. Like, I don't know. I get irritated by some stuff. Alright, now, let's have a look, see. Alright, so, we're now going to move on to doing a little bit of shading, and I'm still going to cell shade this. So hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad. I'm gonna change the layer mode and see what this looks like. I might actually back it off a bit, but for now we're just going to load up what we need to kind of load up. Now, Scalda, a question. Do you actually have physical thumbs and fingers? Like, do you want those to be represented, or do you actually just want it to be kind of like a fish-shaped blob with the flag going through it? You're here, so I may as well actually just ask you whether or not you're kind of, that's the kind of thing that we're doing. So we're gonna cast a shadow from under here, and so we can take some of this down here and then blend it back. This will help. Add some shading and stuff. Use the blend tool. Blend the shadow out. Make some gradients or something. I think. Or do I not like that? I don't know if I like that. To be honest. Do I like it? Do we like it, or do we do the thing that I normally do, which is select and use an actual gradient? Difficult. You know what, we'll deselect this. Okay. We'll deselect this and we'll get the other flats in now that we've got an idea of what's going on. Let's have a look. We need this kind of color. Alright, let's get these rocks in and then we'll do some gems and whatnot. And rocks are super easy to get done. You just kind of blob them in with a massive brush and then fix it later. So let's get these flat colors kind of sorted out first. And then we're gonna get the flat kind of armor colors in and stuff like that. So, and then we'll do the crystals, which should actually have the grey behind them. So if you put them like that, they'll have the kind of the grey behind them, so that when we put a color over the top of them, the pack is 1.12.1 Baker. So yeah, they're 1.12.1. So some of them that are 1.12.2, we're like that don't have an in between. We're waiting on a couple of mods that need to update to 1.12.1, but for the most part, the ones that are currently listed, I'm going to be making a page for patrons only, so that'll give you the server address and a link to the mod pack that we've got for you. So you'll be able to download the full pack that we've designed, and then you can just install it and it'll have instructions and stuff. But we've basically copied an instance for you so that you'll have everything that you need. Everything that you need to play. But yeah, it's not 1.12 on its own, it's 1.12.1. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. If you do have any technical questions, you can always ask Mr. Greg himself on the Discord, because he knows more about getting all that stuff ready than I do, because Mr. G is the one that's helping me put it all together in terms of getting it to work, because while being technically minded, I've got most of the building and stuff to do and all that kind of stuff, so Mr. G helps me run the rest of it. Just because I can't do everything. At least I try to, but sometimes I need help. So, and server admin and command blocks and all that kind of stuff is really where I do need help. Just to make everything run right, since I've never really run a server properly before. So, but it's working, and we've he put an update in the Discord this morning. Oh, thank you, Louisa. Test for 1.12.2. Yes, no, 1.12.1, not 1.12.2. Yeah, that'd be the reason why they wouldn't be working, because they're all 1.12.1 mods, or for the most part they are. So, yeah. Oh, I'm glad it was something as simple as that, to be honest, because then you know, no real fixes needed. You just need to have the right version. Okay, clean up these flats for the rocks. The rocks. And we'll kind of get this a little bit. There we go, something like that. Alright, let's zoom back out. So we've got the flats for the rocks in. Now, I haven't decided what colour I really want the crystals. I don't know if I want them to be kind of like the same topazzy yellow, or if I want them to be like a really interesting red colour, just to add a little bit more variety, because, you know, most of Scalda's character is going to be orange. So I don't like orange and yellow, so I don't really want there to be too much kind of, I don't know, too much yellow and orange. I mean, there's going to be a lighting profile that has that as well, so you've got to be really careful in picking something. And I mean, I could add a cool color, but I really want to leave that for the actual full background. So all of these foreground places kind of stand out from a cool background, using all that kind of stuff. So I might actually put this above the sketch so I can see what's going on. We'll get these in here. So something like this, and then I think, you know, we'll need to do something along the lines of, you know, making the crystal kind of glow, but we'll add those effects later on. What time is it? Oh, I don't know what time it is for Baker, but we are at 9:26 AM, so we have got about half or 35 minutes left of the stream, about half an hour left of the stream, and I'm only doing flats. So, you know, but we did have technical difficulties at the start with my pen running out of juice, which is really funny because this pen really doesn't need a lot of it. So I think I just might have not connected it right last night when I put it onto charge. So user error, but yeah, that's a thing. So yes, but I think we're doing all right for time, to be honest. And at least Scalda can see some of his artwork that we're working on it as we're working on it. Alright. This looks pretty cool. I like those red crystals. Red crystals. Oh, awesome. I'm glad that you're liking them, because, you know, I was going to do some cool kind of background colors, dusky deep background colors, and then give you a version that was also transparent, because I do like giving people the option of having transparent backgrounds so they can use their artwork however they like. So that's kind of my jam. So I always tend to try and give people options, I suppose, or try and like design my artwork so that it works well with a transparent background. But that's just me. I'm not sure if that's the context you want to use it in. But yeah. midnight. What would be better in the interest of the art? Yes. Well, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it's all good. I tend to make my art as versatile as possible when you guys you know, just so it's I don't know. I like making versatile art that you guys can use however you see fit. It just, I think that's just the way that I like doing things. So I'm gonna kind of try and add a little bit of extra dimension to this rock, and then I'm gonna add a shadow here. I'm gonna add a shadow on top of here, because there's gonna be a need for it. A need for the shadow. The shadow. The shadow. Alright. So, we've got some cool crystals. We'll add some stuff. Wow! Baker! Man! That's nuts! So, I've got these crystals in, which is nice. We're going to add a couple of layers to them later, but we're still doing flats. at the moment. And the important thing I think about flatting your artwork before you start painting it, in terms of like, you know, it at least gives you the ability to see what you've got going on and where and how, and I don't know. It means that I can plan more efficiently what I'm going to do with my colours and where I'm going to place things and where things need to be darker or where things need to be lighter. And yes, Baker, you do need to go to sleep. So like this part here behind Scalda's little leggykin, I know needs to be dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add another layer in here, go up to my color palette and choose from this kind of darker grey up here that I've got for the rocks, and we're going to kind of come back down here and we're going to shade it in here. Yeah, on a new layer. So kind of come in here, and same with this back rock around here, that should be darker, this one under here should be darker, this front one needs to be darker, actually this entire front side here kind of needs to be in shadow because the light is coming from him. So if you think about it, really this entire bottom half of this rock along here should actually be in shadow. So you look at this like this, and you could actually shade this entire front half down under here fully in shadow, and that'll also give the crystals more depth again as you kind of come back over. So like when we're designing this, we got to kind of think about where the faces of the rocks are actually landing and how close to the light they are. The funny thing about this, that's alright, Scalda. It's all good. You take your time, you can watch the stream however you want to watch the stream. It's all good. I'm just sitting here gas bagging away as per usual. So the reason why I say this is because when we look at it, Scalda is the one that's emitting light. So when we look at all these rock faces, it's actually these ones in here where light's going to be hitting along these surfaces, like where we've done these dots. So those need to stay light, and areas away from those need to be darker, like these front-facing panels and like of the facets of the rock and stuff. Facets of the rock and stuff. So sometimes, like in these cases, shadow doesn't quite fall where you expect shadow would normally fall. So I hope that if like people are watching who do kind of want like art advice in some capacity from me and get frustrated when I often don't give it, I will attempt to explain my decision-making process in this regard. It's just because, yeah, shadows, we need to place them away from the light source. And in this picture, the entire light source is Scalda himself, not any other external light source. So, yeah. Ta-da! Art principles with Boxle. The most informal, weird thing ever. So, yeah. So what I think I might do is make a nice design in here that looks kind of rocky, that we can have kind of go across these crystals. I usually give up with shading after a while. Shading, it depends on your style. Some people have really amazing styles that are purely flat, Louisa. So you know, it all depends on you and how you enjoy working, to be honest. And for me, like, shading is necessary. My artwork style doesn't hold up very well to I don't know, what would you call it? It doesn't hold up very well to being on its own. So if we turn off this sketch layer now, we got something that looks, you know, like this-ish. So we're kind of getting the gesturing in and stuff. So that's good. We might actually put this sketch onto multiply, so it's a little bit easier for me to see what I'm doing. So, but yeah, a lot of people have really successful art styles in just pure flat color, but I found that I'm just not one of those people. So sad for me, I know. I really wish it was different, but it's not. I'm using the wrong brush. So yeah, that can be a thing. Because, like, I don't know, people often end up finding their own style in time, and I think that it's, as I said, I always go back to this kind of thought that people are always so hung up on being original when they first start art that they get really discouraged about it. To be honest, like, the way that you find a style is by combining all the elements you love about everyone else's work that you enjoy and making it into something that is yours. So, I mean, you could love a lot of different artists, and if you say, well, I like the way this person draws eyes, I want to learn to draw like them, and you learn by copying, or at least by taking inspirational influence from their work. And then you say, oh, I really like the way this person does proportions, and so you learn proportions the way that that person has done proportions. And I find that it's kind of, you evolve your own style based on what you enjoy in others. So if you don't enjoy shading and it's not fun for you, then take inspiration from artists that don't shade. You can never get to, well, no, people have taken inspiration from Kill la Kill's style, and it's not that you'll never get there, Louisa. Like, you can't say that you won't get there. I mean, like, come on. I didn't start drawing till I was 20 years old, and people now pay me to draw for them. And I got told by an artist that I would never draw, and I would never, you know, have any talent at drawing. And I don't have talent, it's a skill. You practice and you find what you like, and when you find what you like, you continue to do it. And then you'll evolve into something settled. You're young. Like, don't be disheartened. That's what I'm saying. It's like, there's a lot of hope, and a lot of people don't get that, I guess, is what I'm saying. Is just that there's a lot of, oops, there we go. There's a lot of hope, and people don't understand that. Oh, thank you, Beggar. We've got a combo of last week's chill stream music and some really awesome, I suppose you'd say futuristic, like retro futuristic 80s synth kind of stuff going on. So we've got Datubi in here, and I think we've got, what is it, oh, let me just pull up the list so I can show you, or I can tell you what it was. So there we go. So we definitely have some Datubi in here. We also have some ELFL, that's it, and that's their debut album. just combine the two, Louisa. Like, you can draw in multiple styles. Like, I have an anime style that I draw in all the time, but people often ask me to draw in this kind of cartoony style. So I do a lot of commissions in this cartoony style, but I draw anime style as well. Like, you can have multiple styles in your repertoire. It's not bad to not always draw in the same style. You know, you can have that, and like, you can have your cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be tied down to a single style. It's not that way, man. You know, it's art. Art doesn't have to be a certain thing or a certain way. It just can be, which is nice. And you can do different stuff. Do different stuff. I encourage different stuff. All right, let's put some of this in here. I'm not sure I like it, Jim. I don't like it, Jim. So let's get a deeper red and see what happens with it. Like, even deeper. No, Sam, I am. No. So, I'm not really into this. So we might have to, let's say, get this highlight color here. And we'll go over some of these crystals for funsies. Well, not really for funsies, but for lighting purposes. Actually, I should probably leave that rim lighting till the end. The noses of Hunter x Hunter. There's some really cool stylistic choices out there. I like it. I like it. Okay. Instead of doing what I thought I was going to do, which is get ahead of myself, because I often get ahead of myself, I really need to do this armor. So, we are going to take this brown, middle brown, and we're going to do the straps, and then we're going to, and the pants and stuff, and then we're going to do the rest. And there is 20 minutes left of the stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. If you do want to see what this looks like when it is done, you can go to my Twitter. I will tweet it out when it is done. And you know, when I haven't lost it for the third time. Speaking of which, I'm gonna save. You guys, am I going to design a box head for the box heads? Do you want me to design a box head for the box heads, like a mascot? Because I mean, we do have Howard, who is kind of the epitome of box heads. But do you actually want like a box head kind of thing, like a character with a box on their head, or a llama with a box on their head, or something like that? Let me know. Yeah, I enjoy well-made music as well. This music selection today was almost just going to be like epic fantasy music, like film underscores. But I didn't quite have enough of them to make it a variety. So, there's that. Let's have a look. Okie day. So, these are all the strappy bits, I think, that we're looking at. Yes, they are. They're all the strappy bits, so let's make another layer. And we'll do the base armor as well. So I think it's going to be this color. And we'll do the base armor as well. And we can just, oops, wrong pen. I don't like that watercolor pen. It's fuzzy. As you can see, I like crisp, sharp lines. I'm not very good at the whole soft shading thing. It's not really my jam. And yeah, well, okay, we can do another Arty stream at some point, and we can design a box head mascot if you guys would like. Or I don't know how many people are Arty in my community. We could hold a design contest and stuff if you guys would like to do something cool like that. All right, we're gonna do the base color of this armor. We're gonna do the base color of this armor, this medium gray, this medium to dark gray, and then we're gonna lighten it up so it matches the skin really well. The Discord bot should have a Howard texture. Hello, bugger, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining the stream. We are doing some artwork today. We're drawing Scalda's artwork today, to be exact, because the man requires art. He has a mighty need, and I've already lost it twice, so we're going to try and provide today. The Discord bot should have the Howard texture. I reckon that'd be really cute. I don't know how to program the Discord bot, but if I did know how to program the Discord bot, I would have him say Howard things. I would totally have him say Howard things, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. Just because I haven't kind of looked into it insofar as I programmed them to tell me when new people joined, so I wouldn't miss when new people joined, because it got to the point where I would kind of be there going, oh, I think I haven't seen this person around before. Hi. And they would be like, oh, you welcomed me when I came in, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were new. That's kind of the reason why I got the bot. It's just to tell me when people join, so I could greet them and everyone else could greet them too. Bye, Louisa. Have fun. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. All right. So let's get some of this armor sorted out. So I need the pen, not the eraser, the pen, tattoo, the pen. There we go, the eraser. Sweet. Okay. So yeah, you know, I've completely lost my train of thought. What was I saying? You guys need to remind me what I was rambling about. This is literally just me sitting here rambling for 2 hours at the screen. I'm just like, whatever comes into my head. Though, as you can see, I usually can ramble for a lot longer if I'm talking about comic books or something like that, because I generally have a formulated opinion on the nerd stuff. So, let's kind of clean this up. Clean it all up, and then we'll paint the flag. And I don't remember what color I was meant to actually be doing the flag, but we'll just make it match. I think that's probably the safest bet for us at the moment. Is just make it look nice. Make it look nice. Oh, woo. Okay, let's clean up the inside of this armor a little bit better. But we've got 13 minutes left of stream. Oh my god, we're not even going to get this done this stream. But that should be okay. I should be able to finish it off stream and then share it with you guys after I am done. So there's at least that. But oh, now you guys see how long it takes me to make art. when I show a speed art to you in 5 minutes, this is usually how long I've been sitting here, like forever. Kind of sitting here getting it done. So I tend to make sure that I've got kind of, you know, a lot of time on my hands when I do art. So, okay, let's clean up the bottom of the armor. Okay. As well. And then we'll have our armor flats in. Oh, better late than never. Well, I'm hoping that it's gonna turn out. So we've kind of got this very warm against neutral palette going on. So when we bring in the cold colors into the background, it's going to be awesome. Every time someone mentions Edinburgh, all I can think of is the Dresden Files, which is really kind of sad, but like, and the fact that like I've got Scottish lineage, but like all I think of is Dresden Files, which I find really kind of funny, but also sad for everyone else. Okay, I do think these little redlikins need some shading, so let's do some shading. I think we need some shading. So let's put some kind of in here, like this color in on the sides where, you know, the light's not hitting it. And this is normal, so what we probably want is an interesting kind of soft light, maybe hard light, kind of. No, I like the soft light better. What about overlay? Overlay is kind of, yeah, I like the soft light. It gives it that weird kind of translucency. Alright, and we'll clean it up too. Sweet. Yeah, don't even get me started on photography. There is a lot of things. There is a lot of things in photography that you need to do. I should know. I go out and I do it too. Especially when you're setting up for filming like in real life. When you're actually going out on a shoot or something like that. It's just nuts. Okay. Alright. So we've got some of this in here. Let's go across to the other side. Do a bit of cleanup as well. Clean this side up here. Clean this down here. Clean this through here. Maybe we should actually do a bit up there. Alright. So we've got some crystals and maybe, yeah, just kind of like cut the crystal down this way maybe. So that we can, you know, make it look a bit different. Alright, so we've got some cool crystals going on. Oh, Summer Night. Yes, I love Dresden Files. So good. Summer Night's a good book as well. Oh, just Dresden Files is so awesome. I actually play a Dresden RPG as well, like Dresden Files D&D kind of thing, except it's in the Fate system. Oh man, is that like uber? It's so epic. I really love it. I actually play a champion of God in it. So like Michael Carpenter, I actually have Shiro's sword, the grass cutting blade, canonically in our game. It's so much fun. Like, so much fun. Mostly because, like, her high concept, like, what she is the chosen weeb. So, she's legitimately this Pokemon kind of fangirl thing, I suppose, that, like, you know, an anime fangirl kind of thing that ended up doing the Kamina thing, which was believe in me who believes in you, and because she has the faith sword that actually worked, so she ended up as a champion of God, and it's actually ridiculous and amazing, and I love it. So yeah, I extra love the Dresden Files. I love the RPG as well. I think we're switching over to Fate Accelerated though soon, so we're gonna have to redo the character sheets and stuff. But she hangs out and is crime buddies with Aloha, which is like a voodoo spirit that kind of is like a grave keeper type thing. They guide spirits along the path when they die, So, and he works for, I'm not sure if it's Baron Samedi or something. It's pretty cool though. So she kind of hangs out with one of those, and the other character in the party has changed so many times over and over because most of them end up just going crazy because they can't deal with the voodoo spirit and the champion of God, who is not really a champion of God. It's amazing. Anyway, and rambles about the Dresden Files game. If you guys haven't ever played RPGs in terms of like tabletop RPGs, I highly recommend it. It's a great fun. Like, it's so fun, especially when, you know, you can have a character like in your favorite series kind of setting where things make sense. Like, none of us have ever met any of the characters in the book or anything. We're all playing like our own characters and stuff like that. But it's actually just super fun. Super fun. So I like it, but then again, that's just me. And I'm a nerd. So it may not be everyone's thing. As we've yes, that is pretty much it. I will nerd out about RPGs and movies and all sorts of things. I can nerd out about board games all day, every day, dude. Like, I just backed this amazing Kickstarter that finished just like last night or whatever, called Monster Slaughter. Oh my god, it looks so fun. The game is basically, you know, the whole trope of the teenagers in the cabin in the woods kind of thing? Yeah, it's that, except you're the monsters trying to murder the teenagers inside in the board game. Oh, it's so much fun. They unlocked a whole bunch of really cool surprise guests that help the people inside, like the teenagers out. And there's like Ripley ripoffs. There's like Kay from Men in Black as a ripoff. There's Ash, you know, and all of that, and Mulder and Scully have ripoffs in that board game, like, and Crocodile Dundee was even there. It was so cool. Yeah, oh, it was a Kickstarter game, like, you know, it only just finished, but it's really cool. And then I also backed this other game called The Seventh Continent. Holy moly, does that card game look amazing. Like, it's like a choose your own adventure book in a card game where you go out and you explore this weird continent, and it's like all fog of war and stuff. Oh, it's so cool. Like, so cool. But I've like backed way too many board games on Kickstarter. It's just ridiculous. Like, I also backed this game called Unstable Unicorns. So that was a fun like card game with horrible unicorns in it. And what else did I back? I backed Who Goes There, which was a paranoia board game based on The Thing. I have the Munchkin board game. I have like 3 of the different sets of Munchkin. I have Munchkin Deluxe, I have Cthulhu Munchkin and all the expansions, and we also had Vampire and Superhero from my other friends. So we have a lot of Munchkin. We have that. We have Fun Employed. Fun Employed is really super fun. Obviously Cards Against Humanity because we're horrible people. And all of its expansions. What else do we play? We play Arkham Horror, which is really cool. I'm looking forward to getting, like, Christmas isn't really like a huge deal. Like, Zombie Munchkin, oh, that sounds awesome. I don't have Zombie Munchkin. I have Zombie Flux, though. I love Flux. So we've got Cthulhu Flux and Zombie Flux. Zombie Flux was the first Flux game I ever got. And it was really fun. 2 games kind of... Oh, okay. Post-apocalyptic RPGs are super fun too. Everything, I like it because everything is super fun times. Basically, I'm just like, board games are so much fun, guys. Can you tell? I'm just like, yay, let's talk about board games. Board games are amazing. Ooh, jeez. Jeez Louise, guys. I think I lost my flag. Where did I lose my flag? There it is. Okay, let's make another layer and drag it underneath the flag, and we'll colour in the flagpole kind of thing. Oh yeah, Flux is amazing. I love Flux. I like there are some really interesting like little party games that are kind of just cute and cool and stuff. I have this memory game that I play with my daughter that I think is called just What's Up, and it's this kind of strategic bird set collecting game where you collect these little birds and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Like that's a quick, fun little one. I really want Ticket to Ride because apparently that's like it's one of the classic games that I've never played though. So. It's a hand grenade in Zombie Munchkin and it's just a severed hand. That's amazing. I love that. That's cool. That's like really cool. I played Monty Python Flux. That was the first Flux I ever played, was the Monty Python one. And oh, it was so much fun. Just because you could holy hand grenade someone. And holy hand grenading someone sounded like the most fun to me ever. Actually, that's probably not the best idea. What we probably want to do is with this orange, we need to set it to something like a... Wait, what? Wait, what? That's not what I wanted to do. That was the wrong one. I think this one we probably... No, okay. We don't want to do that. Maybe... Nope, we don't want to do that either. No, we're just going to have to do a little bit of extra colouring in there. I think add some more layers so that we can make this stick thing kind of look... That's not what we want. We want this. We want normal. There we go. The flag is back. The flag is back. Okay, so this is what we're looking at, and it is 10 AM. So we've got our flats done. Guys, it took us that long. Do you ever play board games live in Discord? You know what the funny thing is that my gaming crew and I are planning on running when everyone gets kind of in the right zone. We're running Cardboard Crusaders, which is our D&D that we're running via the Discord that we're going to record and put up like a podcast. So season 1 of that has been planned out for ages, but we've had a couple of hiccups along the road, so we're probably going to reboot the idea and open it back up for people who do want to still play in the campaign and others who want to listen. So there is going to be a kind of short one-shot kind of season D&D podcast going on in the Discord, and my gaming crew and I IRL are probably going to start playing some board games live together as well, because we do that quite a lot. So yes, all that stuff is kind of planned. So and you will be able to watch, listen, and all of that kind of stuff. We were even going to plan on doing a couple of live sessions when we soft reset the Dresden files, if you guys were into that. So let me know. I'll put up a straw poll later today, actually, if you guys, if that's something that you want. But it is 10 o'clock, and that is all I've got time for today, because I actually have to go now and get ready to go travel about an hour and a half away from my house to deliver these photos for work. So I do thank you guys for coming and joining in my stream. Oh, I'm glad you guys are into that, because it would be really fun. So I am glad that you guys came and joined in the stream. I will be finishing this art for Scalda probably in my own time. Right now I've got to go, but I love you all. It's been so much fun, you know, hanging out and all of that kind of jazz. So yeah, if you guys do want more artwork streams, do let me know. Leave me a comment. I do read them all and all of that kind of stuff. So if you did like this, please leave a like. You can see it in the top left hand corner right now. You can leave a like, and if you do want to see the outcome of this artwork, you can go to my Twitter. That is also in the top of the screen. So you can go and find me on Twitter as well. So thank you guys so much. I will see you all next week. Bye guys.